Welcome to day 18 of your 30-day challenge. Congratulations. I'm Melisa with MaKa Movement, and today we will be working on back bends for beginners. So these are introductory back bends to get us to really start to engage our back muscles, to start to get back of our body strong. So a lot of times we'll spend a lot of time in this position, either driving or at the computer, and we end up really kyphotic with a weak core. So we want to strengthen our core, strengthen the back. Start with your feet shoulder distance apart, bend your knees slightly. So this is just a standing cat-cow. Round your back, and then from the bottom of your spine, squeeze your back muscles and kind of lift that booty out. Okay, so round your back, and then from the bottom of your spine, roll up. Again, round your back. From the bottom of your spine, roll up. One more time, round your back. From the bottom of your spine, roll up. Good. And then round and roll all the way up to standing. Back bends happen a lot from our hip joint as well as from our shoulder joint. So I want you to start to lean backwards. You're pushing your hips forward. You can take your hands to your lower back if that feels good. Open up your chest. And just get those hips, reach them forward. Let your head come to a comfortable position so it can drop back as far as it feels okay, and then breathe. Make sure your shoulder blades are squeezing back in together. Keep pushing your pubic bone forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Now raise your arms up toward the sky. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Okay, glue your biceps to your ears, and then again, push your pubic bone forward, start to drop back even more. But it's a pushing forward. Pubic bone is reaching forward. If you stop breathing, that means you're working too hard. Back up a little bit, come up a little higher, okay? Use your exhale to push back a little more. Make sure your feet are parallel. So if I start to turn my legs out, laterally rotate here, I'm gonna be clenching all these muscles around my lower back. So really keep the second toes facing forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop. And hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come up, and exhale, take your hands down toward your sides. Okay, now reach your arms out, interlace your hands behind your back, and then raise your arms up to the sky. What we don't want is this humerus bone reaching forward. I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades back in together, lift and open up your chest. 1, 2, 3, you can open up your throat as well. 4, and 5. Good, release. Okay, now we're coming down onto the floor. So we'll be on our knees, Ustrasana, our camel pose. This is a prep. If you have a block, you can take it between your inner thighs. If not, it's not necessary. It's just gonna kind of help, again, keep the alignment here. And then start to lean back. So here, I reach my pubic bone forward. Start to drop your head back. Your hands can be at your lower back, fingers up or fingers down, whichever feels better for you. Keep pushing your pubic bone forward, and then really relax your glutes. I know it seems hard. How do you relax your glutes in this position? But if you think about it, just give them a little wiggle. 1. So let the opening come from your hip joint rather than your thoracic spine. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Okay, so you can keep your hands here at your lower back, keep your chest nice and open. You can curl your toes and reach back for your heels, or you can keep your feet flat on the floor, reach back for your heels. So I want you to do whatever variation works for you. So again, push your pubic bone forward, start to drop back. Take one hand, then the other to your heel. Puff your chest up toward the sky. Keep reaching your hips forward. We want our hips over our knees. Now, back bends create a lot of energy. They cleanse the nerves. They help alleviate depression. It's kind of like a little jolt of caffeine. Inhale up. Good, now flat feet if you can, but they can also create some anxiety or restlessness. So you don't want to do any intense back bends late at night because it's kind of like having an espresso. Pubic bone forward, let your head drop back. Both hands reach toward your heels. Push your hips forward and breathe. Let it come from your hips and your shoulders. Inhale up and then counter stretch. Release your lower back with an extended child's pose. Bring your head down toward the floor. Take a few breaths here. And then come all the way onto your stomach. So because back bending is so much opening up the front of your body as well as strengthening the back of your body, we can do a lot when we're prone or lying down on our stomachs. So here, take your hands underneath your forehead and bring your forehead down onto your hands. Okay, separate your feet a little bit, so maybe shoulder distance apart. And then raise your legs up. So here we're lengthening our quads, we're engaging our glutes and hamstrings. And we're opening up the front of our body. Release lower down. So again, lift those legs back up. So if our hip flexors are tight, it's really difficult to do back bends. So by engaging our glutes, you are lengthening your hip flexors. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release, lower those legs down toward the floor. Okay, now take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades back in together. So back bends also come from the shoulder joint. So lift your upper body up. For right now, keep both feet on the floor. Upper body comes up, open up your chest. And make sure you can breathe. Visualize the front of your body opening. One more breath. And release lower. You can windshield wiper your legs. When we do a lot of back bends and a lot of heart openers, stuff can come up too. Emotional things might start to surface. So just be aware of that. That if you start to feel vulnerable or you start to feel emotional and you're not sure why, a lot of it can be we are literally opening up our hearts, opening up our chests, and there have been layers and layers of scar tissue built over us to cover us up. Squeeze those shoulder blades back in together. Inhale as you lift your chest up. Now this time maybe you can raise your legs up as well. So you're intensifying your back bend. 3, keep the shoulder blades back. 4, and 5, release lower down. Push, round, child's pose. And then roll from the bottom of your spine up. Okay, great. So back bends come in lots of different shapes and sizes and forms, and we will work on quite a few variations. But there was your beginner back bends and getting this feeling of opening up the front of your body. So great work today, yogis and yoginis, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.